Rockets Warriors game 6. This is the end of the first quarter when the officiating really started to shift in terms of what we were seeing out there. Durant gets called for a rip-through foul here, gets 3 free throws on Tucker, now gets 2 more on Harden. On that second one, wasn't even facing the basket when he initiates the rip-through. Pretty ticky-tack, but if they want to call it cool, they just need to call it the same way on the other end. Here is the first possession of the second quarter. This is nothing about the officiating. This is more to show the stagnation of the Rockets offense without Harden out there. This was his first rest of the game. You can see D'Antoni has to summon him back in immediately. Next possession, Gordon gets called for the offensive foul, just trying to move through a space, being restricted by Nick Young. But somehow they call that as an offensive foul on Gordon. One of the Rockets' many turnovers of that nature. This next possession is Draymond holding on to Capella in the lane, which is resulting in Curry getting a wide open path to the basket. Here's Gordon being sandwiched behind Nick Young and Sean Livingston. Honestly, looks like they're doing Night on the Roxbury dance on him. Lucky to not result in a turnover there. Harden gets slapped across the wrist by Curry on this drive. No call. Replay, you can clearly see not even close to all ball on this, but no free throws for Harden. Harden alley-oop to Capella. This is something that they haven't been able to do all series because Draymond will get a lot of body on Capella going up for the alley-oops. Here's Harden going for the rip-through on Clay, not receiving the call despite the fact that Durant had just received 2 rip-throughs on the other end, both of which had less contact than that one did. Here's Gordon, who gets stripped by Curry, a lot of arm on that. Harden gets called for the backcourt violation despite the fact that he caught it with 2 feet well past midcourt. Another hold by Draymond, resulting in actually on a foul on Ariza on that call. Here's Ariza going through on Curry, a lot of contact there, no whistle. Meanwhile, on the other end, Durant picks up a light touch foul from Gerald Green. This is just representative of how unbalanced the game was called on both ends. Gordon here driving to the rim, gets mauled by Curry. Jordan Bell actually remains pretty good verticality, but Gordon definitely gets hit by Curry on that one. Durant just heaves this up on body contact from Harden. Somehow this turns into 3 free throws from Durant. Not sure how that was a shooting foul. Here's Draymond holding Harden on that one, frees up Curry. Our switching defense can't operate if Harden's being held up on screens. Very next possession, Draymond is holding him again, freeing up the Warriors to run another play. Here you have Ariza driving. Clay does a really good job keeping his left arm vertical in the air, but his right arm is actually a forearm shiver into Ariza, something that the Warriors are really good at, getting away with that subtle contact down low while keeping the other arm up to disguise it. Here's another hold by Curry on Gordon, no call there. This one just a simple missed call on out of bounds, knocked out by Jordan Bell, but they call it out on Capella. On this one, PJ gets driven through on the three-pointer by Draymond, comes right through the right arm. Should have been 3 free throws. No call on that one. Here's Gordon driving to end the half. Durant doesn't maintain verticality, and he's in the restricted area, but no call is made there. And this one, Capella gets called for a travel, even though he clearly only took 2 steps and had a Clay forearm in his lower back. Here's Draymond getting Capella all across the right arm. No call on that one. D'Antoni clearly not pleased. Here's a weird one where Clay gets some contact on Tucker. Tucker gets some contact on Durant, but of course he only called the latter. Another one that should have been let go. So they're not going to call it the same way on both ends. There's Draymond holding Harden some more. Clay undercuts Harden on this 3, doesn't give him room to land, which is a big play. It actually turns into a wide-open Clay 3 on the other possession off of the missed shot that was basically a turnover on that one due to the no call. Here's Ariza driving, getting hit pretty hard by Jordan Bell under the rim. Harden gets called for an offensive foul here on the hook on Curry, despite the fact that he'd already blown past him, gained no advantage from the hook. Here's Harden getting hit at the rim by Jordan Bell, but no call, should have been an and one. Here's the one moving screen that was called on the Warriors all night by Livingston here. This next play is really interesting because a lot of Warriors fans were in an uproar about Gordon getting free throws here. Despite being fouled before the shot clock, they didn't understand how he could be shooting if he didn't release the ball in time. These fans clearly don't understand how the bonus or penalty works. Offensive foul called on Harden here on Nick Young, where he's playing that defense with a lot of body. Nick Young bodying up Harden a couple more times here before Harden's funneled into Draymond, who does the same play as Clay earlier, keeps the right arm vertical to appear upright, but then clearly gets in with the left arm shiver down low. Here's a ball deflected out of bounds by Nick Young. Should have been our ball. And this is kind of just where things start to unravel from here. All of the momentum shifting at this point. The Warriors, clear front runners when they play with the lead, are able to get going, start free stroking, and at this point the Rockets are pretty close to getting mentally checked out. Here's a questionable possession here, a lot of contact. Nick Young continuing to play that defense, trying to bounce off of Harden. Draymond gets the clean block, but at this point, this is kind of the end of the game here. Clay's going to get a 3 here, push it to 12 with 9.5 minutes left, and that's pretty much the point where you see the Rockets give up. They start experimenting with Ryan Anderson, Luke Bamude, other guys off the bench to try and get them any kind of confidence going into a potential use case for Game 7. At this point, the Rockets aren't guarding the perimeter. They aren't boxing out. They've pretty much mentally checked out of this game. And this is where you hear people say, how can you blame the officiating in a game that the Rockets lost by 29 points? Clearly, 29 points was not indicative of how close this game truly was. The Rockets were down 7 with 10.5 minutes left. You have a bunch of calls go a different way earlier in the game, and the Warriors aren't playing with the momentum that they get when they're playing with the lead. The Rockets aren't mentally checked out towards the end of the game, so hard to make that argument. Here's Harden's free throws throughout the game. There's 2 that he got off of that rebound off a foul by Looney. Here's number 3 that he got off of a foul by Curry, pretty clearly getting hit. Curry trying to look like he keeps his arms up, but clearly you can see him reach down and hit Harden on the forearm there. Here's free throws 4, 5, and 6. Harden getting undercut by Nick Young, not giving the shooter room to land. 7, 8, and 9 are going to come on the exact same type of foul from Curry. These are all 9 of Harden's free throws that he took throughout the game. For the Warriors fans that like to think that Harden draws a bunch of phantom fouls to get to the line, all 9 of these were clearly earned. Curry throwing a little tantrum on that one because Warriors are entitled. That's what they do.